How's it going, guys? alecandstuff here, and I know I'm a day late, but Happy New Year! We are in 2016 now, and I thought it would be really cool to look back on 2015 and get a whole year in review and see what's really been going on with the channel throughout the whole entire year. So, let's go ahead and get started. Oh, and by the way, towards the end of the video, I guess I will do a little bit of a mentioning of what's going to be happening for this channel and looking forward into 2016. But for now, let's go ahead and do our year in review. So, I'm going to use this as a little reference tool here, and I didn't notice this until I was putting this video together, but there have been 135 videos published this year on this channel. That is a crazy amount for me. I know there is plenty of channels out there that have uploaded many more times than I have, but that is a really big accomplishment for me. I set out at the beginning of this year with the announcement of, like, pretty much towards the end of 2014, saying that I wanted to start making more gaming stuff and really start straying away from Pajama Jams and all my other projects before, and I really just wanted to re-gear the channel towards gaming videos and gaming coverage, and I actually accomplished what I wanted to set out and do last year. So that is a really awesome thing for me, and maybe not so much for you, but you got plenty of videos nonetheless for myself and for your viewing pleasure. So I thought it would be cool to use this as a little reference tool and bookmark and highlight some of the things that were major that happened this year for this channel. Starting with this little guy right here. All these videos before me just dabbling and seeing what I could do with my editing software and pretty much just seeing where I wanted to take it. But this video right here is pretty much my first big milestone, because it was my first walkthrough for anything. It was my first scripted video, so what that means is I just typed up a little script beforehand and read it off into a microphone, and that is what you will hear in the video. But the reason why this is such a big milestone, not only because of those two factors, but because it's my first video to break 1,000 views, which is an awesome little milestone, and it also got into the top scoring links of the day whenever this got published on the subreddit for Smash Brothers, and I thought that was a really big accomplishment. Whenever I broke the 1,000 views, I told pretty much everyone I know. I was so excited. It was so awesome to see so many people appreciative and excited and just as interested in the work that I did and in something I made. I was very proud of myself in that moment and proud of what I made in that moment, because it looked like a lot of people appreciated it and a lot of people liked it, so it made me feel good. Let's see, scroll up a little bit here. We got the Alec Reacts videos. This was for the April Fool's Nintendo Direct earlier this year. We got some stuff like Mewtwo was revealed and Lucas was revealed for Smash Brothers. Really big news. Mario Kart 8 DLC got revealed for the second time. There was a second track pack that got revealed and announced and detailed and all that stuff. And you can see some of the gameplay right here as I scroll up. But I want to talk about this one right here, the Mewtwo comparison. That is another big milestone for me, not but because of anything in particular, but just because of the workload that I had to put into that. Now, looking at the video, you're probably like, it's not that big of a deal, but I have not taken any classes or anything to learn how to use this video editing software. All I've done is just look up YouTube walkthroughs for the majority of it, or maybe like just dabbled in my software and see what I can do and see what will work and what won't. Does that make sense? Basically, I'm just learning as I go, and this was a big accomplishment for me because I just went in not knowing how I was going to be able to do the layouts for the the video, the backgrounds for the video. I didn't know how to do any of that, and I learned all that specifically for that video, and I was really proud of it. It turned out really well and on time, so I was really proud of that one. Moving along here, we have the Welcome to alecandstuff trailer. This one isn't too great. I usually like to put out content at the time that's quality to me. Something that I can put out that makes me proud. So if you see a video maybe coming in like the next couple weeks or something, just know that I uploaded it with quality control in mind. It's basically, what I mean by that is when I upload something, I want it to be the best quality that I can do at that time. And so at this time, it was a little bit less than I probably could have come up with. The reason why that it's on here is just I made it for the sake of it, being my first channel trailer, and I'm probably, maybe in the next couple months or so, going to put together another one, because I don't feel like this one properly represents what this channel is all about, and some of the editing is a little bit less than satisfactory for me. So yeah, but this one was a big milestone because it's a trailer, not really in particular for any other reason than that. But right next to it, we have the Rock Band 4 gameplay reveal thoughts. This one was a big milestone for me because it was my first thoughts video, my first discussion-based video. This was another scripted one, but what made this one really special is it was my first time ever getting my thoughts onto like a paper or like a script or something, and then laying it out in a format that's presentable to you. So I wrote it out, I did the commentary for it, I grabbed gameplay footage and did all that stuff, and it came out really, really good. And I'm still pretty proud of it to this day, and yeah, so go ahead. Moving forward, right here is one of the bigger highlights of the year, the alecandstuff new logo speed drawing. Before this, as some of you may know, the logo used to be the Pajama Jams logo, and that is not a series that I really do anymore, so I thought it was a little jarring because of how old the logo was, and also because it has nothing to do with the content that it's being put next to. So this was a really great thing to do. I was part of the process from scribbling the design out on paper to doing a few modifications all the way up until making it on Paint Tool SAI with the assistance of Erica, who is off screen right now, and I think it turned out really well. I'm really, really proud of the logo, and I think it looks really cool, and I'm really, I just love seeing it on all of the videos that I do. It's really something I am proud of to this day. Next, we have our How to Be a Squid Kid. This is around the time when Splatoon first came out. So I was proud of this one because it was my first top 5 video, and this one is also pretty heavily scripted. This is still me trying to get a hang of scripting my videos and making sure they sound good, and you know, that's pretty much it. Yeah, just making it sound good and making sure that everything was all checked out and me not repeating myself. I think it came out really well. Yeah, there's not much to say about that one other than I just really am proud of the way that I formatted it and scripted it and did all that stuff. Anyways, moving right along, we have some Splatoon coverage. Now, let me take a second here to talk about the Splatoon coverage. I know there was a lot of it, but it was a learning experience for me because I wanted to cover it, and in doing so, I was learning how to keep a schedule and having more and more uploads more often. So before this point, it was maybe like an upload maybe one or two every week. One video every about 2 weeks. There, we'll put it that way. Sorry, I totally jumped over and stumbled over my words there. But these videos kind of taught me how to keep a schedule, and you can see that now. Well, not now. I'll get to that in a little bit. But they taught me how to put out videos faster. They taught me how to, you know, make thumbnails look a lot prettier and format them correctly and do all that stuff. It was a big learning experience for me to do all the Splatoon videos. I was learning, as I said, I learned stuff as I go, so doing these taught me a lot of things about video editing and all that other stuff behind the scenes that you're probably not really interested in hearing. So moving along, we have this one right here, which is probably one of the biggest highlights of the year, and that is the fact that I got invited to E3 by Nintendo. So how that came to be was, if you watch the vlog, I mentioned it in there, but I'll just do a really quick recap. Basically, what happened is I was just sitting on my computer one night, and I was just checking my email because I get, you know, emails from other sites from time to time, and I noticed I got one from Nintendo, and I was like, I really don't get them from Nintendo too often. I also didn't really sign up for the newsletter since I know all about the news before it even gets to me in email. So I checked it, and it was an invitation to E3, and I thought that was really, really crazy. And I was questioning the legitimacy of it and all that, and I emailed back, and we went back and forth, me and this Nintendo rep, for a while, and then it finally hit me that this was a legitimate offer. So I got offered to go to E3, and it totally blindsided me, and I never thought in a million years I would have been able to go to E3, but we did, and we went to LA, and it was awesome. But before we get into all the experience and all that, we're just going to talk about the Smash ballot real quick. This is my second top 5 video on the channel, and just so you know, I am 0 out of 5 for every single character I predicted that would make it into Smash. They didn't even make it as a Mii fighter costume or anything, so I am 0 for 5 in all of my votes in this video. So that's a little disappointing because I did want to see some of them, like Crystal and Cooking Mama, maybe. Who else did I have in there? I do believe I had the Choir Boys as well from Rhythm Heaven. That was a long shot I knew from the start, but the biggest one that was in there was Banjo-Kazooie, and I was so sad whenever I watched that last Nintendo Direct for Smash Brothers, and he was not announced, but I'm happy with what we got. Bayonetta looks awesome. So, yeah, I'm really proud of this one because the script was so long, and it took such a long time for me to put together and edit, but it was worth it because the end product and end result came out awesome, and I am very proud of it. And shortly after this was the whole Roy, Ryu, Lucas reveals in the Smash Direct. Have the little mini reaction right here as well. And this right here, the Roy Smash 4 versus Melee side-by-side comparison, is my first video on the channel to break 10,000 views, which is a milestone I never thought I would get to. And it's really cool to think that it actually happened. So thank you for watching and giving me all the views and supporting the channel and all that. I am very, very thankful for the support I've been getting for the channel. I cannot say that enough. I'll probably be annoying you by the end of this video by saying that as much as I do. But moving on, we have all the E3 coverage, and out of this coverage that I posted on the channel, the Charles Martinet voiced out Super Mario Maker Live was amazing. If you haven't watched the video, basically you'll be seeing Charles Martinet, the guy that does the voice of Mario since his birth. Not the guy's birth, but Mario's birth. Ever since Mario has been a thing, he's done Mario's voice, and it is amazing. He just does the voices and sound effects that Mario would do in the game while people play Super Mario Maker, and it was glorious. I was so close to the legend himself, and I was a little starstruck by it, to be honest. It was a really, really cool experience. But in terms of the coverage altogether, I could not do as much as I wanted to because my phone had to be on by the end of the night, and if I was going around recording everything that I wanted to see throughout the day, every day, my phone would have been dead by the end of the night, and I would not have known how to get back to my hotel, and I would have probably been scared walking around LA at night, lost. So that is why I did not have as much coverage as I wanted to, but if we ever go again, I will definitely bring a separate camera or something along those lines, maybe an external battery, and definitely bring back more footage for the channel. So moving right along, we have some live stream stuff down here. The next big milestone is my top 10 games to look forward to in 2015. Now, that script came out longer than I think any essay that I ever wrote for school ever came out to be. It was about 5,000 words or more, and that is a huge script. This took so much work to put together and edit and write, and pretty much everything about it was a lot of work for me, and it ended up being awesome. I am very, very proud of all the videos I did for this top 10 countdown. It's unfortunate that all the games that I talked about ended up not being released in 2015, but at the time, whenever these were getting posted, the release dates for these were in 2015, so unfortunately Star Fox and No Man's Sky didn't make it this year, sadly, which was unfortunate because I had just finished playing Star Fox Zero at E3 and it was looking great. But moving right along, the next one we have here is going to be the Quick Thoughts videos, which is something that I really want to do more often. The only reason why you haven't seen those being uploaded more frequently is that we're just in the drought right now. And what I mean by that is there's not really any games coming out. soon, and there's not really any big reveals going on because of the holidays just happening, and you know, it's just going to be pretty boring in the gaming world for the next couple months, unfortunately. But as soon as news starts to pick up and reveals start happening, I'll be doing a lot more quick thoughts, so that is why that has not been going on as of lately. But the next one we have right here, I wanted to talk about this Rock Band Road Crew video really quick. That was just a video that I did with my friends. It was just meant to be really silly. It was for a contest that Harmonix was hosting, and basically what it was just a small budget marketing campaign, and if you submit a video, you would have won a Rock Band 4 band in a kit, and some other marketing tasks that you would have had to do for them to spread the word about the game's launch. We didn't win, we didn't get picked or anything, but the experience was really fun, and I think it ended up being pretty funny. At least for me, I don't know. But moving along, we have the Rock Band 4 coverage. Well, this is when the game actually came out. I know I did say I was going to do weekly DLC videos, but at the launch of Rock Band 4, unbeknownst to me, there was no support for the Ion Drum Rocker, which is the only drum set that I own, and the only drum set that I like to use for Rock Band 4, since it has the cymbals, and it's just a lot bigger of a kit, and I'm a drummer myself, so those are just my personal preferences on when I play. But moving forward, Harmonix has said that they're working with the manufacturer of the drum kit to get compatibility for the Xbox One version up and working at some point. You know, there's no time frame or anything, and it's just unfortunate because I own the Xbox One version, and that's where all my DLC and all my songs and stuff from the past are. I own the 360 version, so yeah, it's just unfortunate that it only works for the PS4 version, which I don't have. So as soon as that gets added for compatibility for the Xbox One version, do expect some weekly DLC videos, one-man band, full combos, all that jazz to be coming to the channel. The next big milestone, these are all just regular coverage that I like to do. The next big milestone I want to talk about is my first review, and that was for, coincidentally, Rock Band 4. This isn't the best review, I'm going to be honest. This was my first venture into that realm. It wasn't as great because I'm not really familiar with the review format, and what I mean by that is the script that you have to write for a review is going to be a lot different than just your regular quick thoughts video or, you know, whatever it may be. So that was me just experimenting and seeing what sounded good and what didn't. It ended up coming out alright. Not the best, but it came out pretty well, and moving forward you'll see that I did get a little bit better and a little bit better over time. The next, probably the biggest milestone of the year, is the review copies I got this year, and I never ever thought that I would receive review copies from Nintendo themselves, but I did, and I received Xenoblade Chronicles X and Mario Tennis Ultra Smash, and those games were really awesome to get in the mail. Because they were review copies, they came in early, and I do have some guidelines that I have to follow whenever I do get review copies in for the channel, and what I can and cannot post. So it was a whole learning experience, learning the legalities and stuff of all that, and it was really fun. I did do a review for Mario Tennis Ultra Smash, and it came out really well. I am very proud of the way that came out. It was formatted just the way I wanted it to. I said all that I needed to say. And all in all, it just came out good and the way I wanted it to. And moving forward, I will probably model all of my reviews the way that I have this one set up. And as for Xenoblade Chronicles X, the game was just so big, I just didn't have the time or, I guess, the experience to be able to write a respectable review for that game. I did not want to belittle that game's review in any way, just because I didn't have enough time to spend with the game, or I just wasn't an experienced reviewer at the time. I did all the coverage that I could, but in terms of review, I just did not want to not do the game justice, because it is a great game, a huge game, and I definitely suggest you pick it up if you have the Wii U and have the money to pick it up, because it is great. The next one is going to be the Cloud Strife and Smash discussion with my friends Adam and Matt. Adam's never been on the channel before, but Matt has been on the channel before. I believe he did a Smash discussion with me maybe sometime or really early last year, being 2015. But other than that, these are going to be these guys' pretty much first appearance on the channel. And I think we had a really nice discussion here, and moving forward I will definitely probably want to recruit them back to talk about more big reveals coming in the future, whatever they may be, stuff like that. And then the last big video I had for the year was the top 4 reasons Rayquaza is awesome. And if you haven't seen that, you will definitely see why Rayquaza is awesome. He's my favorite Pokemon, and I had a lot of fun putting that one together and researching all the stuff that I wanted to do for my favorite Pokemon, and I think that video came out really, really awesome. I had some funny little edits in there that I was pretty proud of. And then after that, I just did some cloud coverage, and then, yeah, here we are now. That's January 3rd, 2016, pretty late in the night. I did want to get this video out sooner, but I was out of town celebrating with my family for New Year's, and then all day today, being the 2nd, I was just not at home, but I am finally back home getting this all recorded and done with, and moving forward, I will definitely have these videos on time, being probably around midnight every New Year's, as far as we can go, you know, probably until I'm 60, and we'll just keep meeting up like this every year. So, I did say in the beginning that I did want to talk about 2016. So, I do have 2 things off the top of my head that I wanted to mention that I want to start doing for the channel in the future. So, the first one is going to be live streaming. We have a new setup and we have new software, and I do have new setup and new software to be able to stream properly. I know I said in the past that I was going to start live streaming more regularly, but the live streams I was having, the equipment either was just messing up on me or the stream was laggy, stuff like that. But the new setup we have is going to just pretty much nullify all that. We are going to have no problems doing any of that. It's just a matter of right now how long it'll take me to familiarize myself with the software that we have. I'm going to be using OBS. I've never used that before. Before that, I would just use the software that was bundled with the Elgato game capture, which is what my capture card is. So it looks like OBS is pretty robust in comparison, so it's going to take some time for me to realize and familiarize myself with what I can do with this software. So yeah, that'll probably not be anytime soon, but when it does launch, the live streaming thing, it'll definitely be very regularly whenever a new game comes out or something like that. I don't know. I don't know what the plan is, but whenever I do get the hang of it, expect live streams to happen on this channel. I am very excited for that. And then the second thing I wanted to mention before I go is reviews. I didn't review as much as I wanted to this year because I kind of got into the hang of it later into the year, probably around November-ish, October. So by that time, a lot of the big games that came out for the year, the only ones that were missing were maybe like Fallout and maybe 1 or 2 other games, but the ones that I did do, I'm pretty proud of, and moving forward, I will definitely get all my reviews out on time, especially if I do get more review copies and stuff like that. I will definitely have more reviews coming to this channel. Regardless, yeah, I think that's all I wanted to say in terms of 2016. That's all I can think of off the top of my head, actually. But, yeah, actually that's it. I know this video is pretty long, but if you've made it this far, I wanted to say thank you for the support, and thank you for the nice comments and stuff that I've been getting on my videos recently. Those really pump me up, make my day, and make me want to make more content for the channel. And, yeah, just thank you so much for all the support and all that other good stuff. Yeah, I guess I can just wrap it up there. I don't want to wrap it up because I like being appreciative and thanking you guys, and I don't know, there's probably nothing I can really do to show that personally to you, unfortunately, but I guess the best I can do is just keep on doing what I'm doing, since you're already here, so I'm talking too much, whatever. I guess that's all I wanted to say. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm alecandstuff. It's been a great year. I've learned a lot, and I'm very, very excited for what 2016 has to bring. And as always, I will see you all in the next video.